The tables have turned for two anti-abortion activists who made covert videos of the Planned Parenthood organization. A Texas grand jury, initially looking into alleged misconduct by Planned Parenthood, has instead indicted David Daleiden and Sandra Merritt with felony charges of tampering with a government record. Joining us now to discuss is WSJ U.S. editor Glenn Hall. Welcome, Glenn. Great to see you. Is it safe to say that this was somewhat of a surprise move by the grand jury?
Definitely. So the grand jury was convened in order to look at whether Planned Parenthood had done anything wrong, and instead found that those who had exposed some of these issues that came up with Planned Parenthood themselves broke the law in the process.
And these are serious charges, felony charges that could send someone away for up to 20 years, correct?
That's right. These are very serious charges. Basically, they tampered with California driver's licenses, and that was tampering with, official records, and that is a major offense. And Texas takes that kind of offense very seriously.
Very seriously. And one of the activists faces an additional smaller misdemeanor charge. Is that correct?
That's right. That's related to becoming prohibiting or engaging in prohibiting, the work of Planned Parenthood. But it's not the more serious charge. Really, what they're in trouble for here is falsely representing themselves and tampering with government records.
And this has certainly been a hot button issue in this presidential campaign. We already have some candidates weighing in. There's a tweet here by Mike Huckabee we want to bring up saying it's a sick day in America when our government punishes those who expose evil with a cell phone, yet accommodates those who perform it with a scalpel. However, we should point out that Planned Parenthood has always maintained that the videos were misleading and that they did engage in no wrongdoing. And 11 states have cleared Planned Parenthood from wrongdoing.
Yeah, that's right. And Planned Parenthood also took additional steps afterwards to try to distance themselves from the allegations that were brought to light by this group. Basically, they have stopped receiving funds for providing tissue for research.
Which is legal, by the way.
Which is legal, by the way. Yeah.
And so is Planned Parenthood also separately suing these two activists?
That's right. They have a civil case that is trying to bring the same kind of issues to light in terms of the way in which these group engaged in order to, with Planned Parenthood, falsely represented themselves and so forth in order to what Planned Parenthood is calling a smear campaign.
Right. And certainly this smear campaign has caused some damage to Planned Parenthood.
It created a big deal in Congress with a lot of discussion about whether to defund Planned Parenthood. They were bringing this into the budget. So there are a lot of folks on the Republican side of the aisle who are very upset about this, who are opposed to abortion in the first place, and would like to see Planned Parenthood not receiving federal funds. Of course, Democrats, on the other hand, have been able to prevent that from happening. And, one thing that's worth noting, because this is such a partisan issue, is that the district attorney, Devin Anderson, in this county in Texas, is herself a Republican. So, that makes it all the more surprising that the grand jury steered in this direction. But the evidence that they put forward in the indictment they presented these two California driver's licenses that were falsified. So, that sort of forced their hand, it seems.
It's a big deal for sure in Texas. Glenn Hall, thank you so much for that.